Hey everyone, how's it going? Hope you're all doing well. So, just a quick video, just to highlight the absolute stupidity of a Satan's short season, a believer, and the behaviour you get from these people. Let me share this comment. So, this guy, I saw hanging about in Dave Beverley's comment section, being quite awful to a Christian sister, you know. And this is a thing that you see quite regular with these people. They come into a comment section, and the video or community post might not even be able to do with Satan's short season, but then you get these people coming in telling you all that you're fools, you're deceived, you're a dispensationalist, you're a follower of Darby. You know, I've got an endless list of names I've been called. So this guy, Puffin Proverbs, ended up in Fat Zoid's comment section and been making a bit of a nuisance for himself. And this is a reply I got to a comment. What a fool. John wrote Revelation in code because he was experiencing tribulation with everyone, like he said in Revelation 1:9. It was clearly written before 70 AD and released to the public by 96 AD. It would be really nice if I had a debate with someone that, and then shouting, actually read their Bible and did their research, and not just a fool trying to seem relevant on the internet for clicks. You should be ashamed of yourself. So, John wrote Revelation in code. What a load of pure bunkum. John wrote Revelation in Greek. The Greek speakers could understand, and then it got translated into English that English speakers can understand, and it's probably been translated into countless other languages that speakers of said language can understand. How is it written in code? Can you please tell me that? And if it were written in code, how have you deciphered it? Because all codes need deciphering. God is not the author of confusion. God tells you in plain language. Yes, it's futuristic, it's apocalyptic, and there is apocalyptic imagery in it. Don't mean it's wrote in code. That's the most stupidest thing I've ever heard anybody say. Maybe it's in code and you can't read it. Because Jesus clearly didn't return. It's not in the Bible. You think it is. You must be not able to translate the code. Stupid, man. Right, let's go to John 1:9. John 1:9. I, John, who also am your brother and companion in tribulation and in the kingdom and patience of Jesus Christ, was in the isle that is called Patmos for the word of God and for the testimony of Jesus Christ. So here it says, in tribulation. Not to be confused with the great tribulation. Notice the great tribulation spoke about in Daniel. The end times great tribulation as great in front of it, because never was there time before the creation of the world, and never will there be again point in time unlike the great tribulation. Yeah, even Noah's flood wasn't as bad as what it's going to be like in the great tribulation. So let's unpack this. Companion in tribulation. If we go to Matthew 24, they shall deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. In John 16:33, these things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation. Tribulation here means oppressed, afflicted, persecuted. Some will be arrested, some will be scourged, and some will be killed. No different to things that happened to prophets in Old Testament. You know, Jesus told the Pharisees that the blood of the prophets is on their hands. They went through tribulation. The Israelites, when in captivity, were in tribulation. If we go to Strong's, and I'll probably butcher how you pronounce it, Lipsis, noun, feminine, it means afflicted or affliction, anguish, burdened, persecution, tribulation, trouble. Tribulation, affliction, afflictions, distress, anguish, persecution. We go back to Matthew 24. Then they shall deliver you up to be afflicted, just like in Strong's, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. You're confusing tribulation with the Great Tribulation. In fact, the Great Tribulation is mentioned here in Revelation 7:14. Notice, great before tribulation. Because it's the time that never was as bad and never will be as bad. If we go to Matthew 24:21, for then shall be great tribulation. When does this happen? For then. After we see the abomination of desolation in the holy place. You haven't got that as a Satan's short seasoner. You think it's Nero. He never went to Jerusalem. It can't be Nero. The understanding from you people is absolutely terrible. You're making a mockery at scriptures. It's absolutely balmy. If tribulation and the Great Tribulation are the same thing, why are Christians still in tribulation now? We've got Christians getting massacred with machetes in Nigeria. So is Great Tribulation still ongoing? Or are you just confusing Great Tribulation with tribulation? You're absolutely mental, mate. It was clearly written before 70 AD. No, it weren't clearly written before 70 AD. It has to be for your belief. Contrary to early church fathers, people like Irenaeus, Clement of Alexandria, Eusebius, Victorinus, all state that John were in exile under Domitian. Domitian comes 10 years after Nero. I'll show you. Order of Roman emperors after Nero. Chronological list of Roman emperors. Here we've got Nero, 54 to 68, Domitian, 81 to 96. So, early church fathers spoke about John being in Patmos under Domitian. And the date that Domitian comes into power, 81, and ends in 96, fits John writing Revelation in AD 95. Nero, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Domitian is the 6th Roman emperor after Nero. So, was it clearly written? Where's your evidence? Just telling me that it's clearly written in 70 AD don't prove nothing. It just tells me that you have a belief that tribulation happened before 70 AD. The Great Tribulation I'm speaking about happened before 70 AD. So, John, because Revelation is prophecy, you have to believe that it were wrote before 70 AD. Otherwise, it breaks your entire belief Yeah, it'd be really nice if you guys understood what you were talking about. If you guys brought evidence instead of just words. So actually read their Bible and did their research is projection, mate. Because you brought nothing to the table other than words. You sound like a fool. You sound like you're trying to be relevant, trying to push a belief onto people who know better. And then when they disagree with you, you start with name calling. You call yourselves Christians. I'm going to tell you something now. You ain't Christians. You're heretics. What does heresy mean? Something, a belief or a teaching that is outside of the Bible. That makes you an heretic, mate, because none of what you're saying is in Bible. Jesus told his disciples they would not see the days of the Son of Man. So to think that he then goes on to tell his disciples that they'll not pass away and see his second coming is absolute bunkum. It's a contradiction. If you have a contradiction, you have problems. So what I should do, mate, Path and Proverbs, change your name to Plank of Wood. Because I get a better conversation from a plank of wood, and a plank of wood won't call me names.